Canada's launching rural immigration pathways to permanent residents and announcing participating communities. The Rural Community Immigration Pilot has been launched by Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada to address labor shortages in rural communities across Canada. The video is designed to help foreign nationals who are interested in living long-term in these communities and filling local labor gaps. Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada has revealed key details about the Rural Community Immigration Pilot. Specifically, the department has announced the launch of the pilot, along with the communities chosen to participate. RNIP is a pathway for foreign nationals who can help fill labor shortages in designated rural communities in Canada outside of Quebec and want to live long-term in these communities. Which communities have been selected to participate in RNIP? On January 30th, IRCC announced that 14 communities had been selected to participate in the pilot. Each of these communities will be represented by a local economic development organization, which will work with IRCC to identify labor gaps, nominate trustworthy employers, and recommend candidates to IRCC for PR. The communities will provide further details and timelines on when both employers and prospective PR candidates can expect to be able to apply. Who is eligible for RNIP? RNIP is an employer-focused, community-specific pathway. All candidates need a job offer from a designated employer that meets certain conditions. To be eligible, candidates must have work experience. This should meet certain conditions. This requirement can also be waived for international graduates who meet certain conditions. Genuine offer of employment. An employment offer that is from a designated employer, one that is approved by an economic development organization. Language proficiency. The Canadian language benchmark required depends on the NOC tier of the job offer. Education. The applicant must have obtained at least a secondary school level credential. Proof of funds. Applicants need to show that they have sufficient funds to support themselves and their families for 1 year. Intent to reside. The applicant must intend to reside in the designated community they will work in. Certificate of recommendation. The applicant must have a valid certificate of recommendation from an economic development organization at the time of application. More details about the eligibility criteria can be seen here. Replacement for Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program. This new pilot program is considered to be a replacement for the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program, which stopped accepting new applications in August 2024. RNIP launched in 2022 to encourage newcomers to Canada to settle in some of Canada's more remote regions. In this latest announcement, Mark Miller, Minister of Immigration, stated that there are plans to establish RNIP as a permanent program. What is an immigration pilot? Immigrant pilots are temporary pathways to permanent residence. Pilots can generally run for up to 5 years before they expire, upon which they cease to accept new applications. Canada runs immigration pilots to address specific regional or occupational labor shortages and to support growth in certain areas or sectors. Pilot programs allow the federal government to experiment with new pathways and measure their success. Successful pilots can lead to the establishment of permanent immigration programs in the future. The RNIP offers a pathway for foreign nationals to settle and work in rural Canada, with the potential for permanent residency. It replaces the previous Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot, which ended in 2024, and could evolve into a permanent immigration program based on its success.